Hello traders, Adam Henson here for ValiTrader.com, and in this video I just want to introduce you to the Forex simulator by Soft4FX. Now those of you that are perhaps new to trading simulators in general, if you're trading manually and you're not using a trading simulator, you're leaving yourself at a disadvantage because trading simulators, essentially what they allow you to do is backtest any particular strategy and rehearse and practice and build on your technical analysis skill set in line with the proposed strategy that you want to use. In addition to that, they also enable you to use your time far more efficiently. You don't have to, if you're wanting to practice a strategy on a demo account, well, obviously you have to, you're limited with the amount of setups that you're going to see on any particular day or a particular month, depending on the time frame that you're trading. With a trading simulator, you don't have that limitation. You can backtest your strategy over historical price data on a number of pairs, depending on the particular program, across any time frame. So that amounts to a far better use of your time instead of sitting in front of a live demo chart waiting for a particular setup to appear. Now with the Soft4FX trading simulator, it works as an expert advisor to MetaTrader 4. Now those of you that are perhaps not familiar with how to install and run an expert advisor within MetaTrader, I do have another video which will explain that for you. However, for this video I'm just going to run the simulator on this chart and then we'll take it from there. So over to expert advisors, and then you can see we got Soft4FX Forex simulator. So install that on the chart and it brings up this menu here. So the first thing we'll want to do is download the historical price data for the instruments that we can trade within the simulator. Now depending on where you get your price data from, you can trade up to 33 Forex pairs, gold, silver, Brent crude, as well as West Texas Intermediate light crude oil, in addition to 12 stock indices. So what we'll do is we'll open up the data center, and from here we can select what we wish to download. So for the purpose of this video, we'll download the euro dollar, and then it'll ask us how much data we wish to download, or we can simply select download all available data, which we'll do. And as you can see, that started to download. So this process will take probably quite a while. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'll come back once it's finished. Okay, so this is finished downloading now, and as you can see, we've downloaded the price history for the euro dollar from the 5th of the 5th, 2003 to the 5th of the 4th, 2017. Now at any stage in the future, if we want to update this data, we can do so by just selecting this here. And something I forgot to mention earlier was that you have the option here to select where you want to get the price history from. So Dukascopy, or you can also use TrueFX, and that will determine, as I mentioned earlier, what instruments you will have access to in terms of price history. Another option is to simply use or download the price history from the broker that you have piggybacked the simulator to. So for example, if you wanted to trade corn, for example, if your broker offers corn as a tradable instrument, then you can simply download the price history for corn and use corn within the simulator if you wish. So you're limited entirely by what your broker gives you access to. Bearing in mind, however, that that sort of tick data tends to be a little lower quality. So bear that in mind when deciding where to get your price history from. So once again, you have Dukascopy or TrueFX for the higher quality stuff, or indeed you can download the price history directly from your broker. Now once you have the data that you're after, another feature that this Forex simulator offers is a built-in economic calendar, which you can use in conjunction with your trading if you're looking to trade news releases or indeed trade around them. So we can download that economic calendar for all events from 2007 onwards, and that can be done simply by downloading it here. So once that's downloaded, you can see we have from the 1st of the 1st 2007 to the 5th of the 4th 2017. So we'll be able to, whenever we wish, look at the economic calendar, see what's coming up, and make trading decisions based on that. So once we have that, we can close that window, and from there we'll head to New Simulation. And from here we can set up some simulation variables. So we can select where we want to start the simulation from. We can also select the account currency and the starting balance. So bear in mind, this is entirely separate to the balance of the account that you are piggybacking the simulator to. It doesn't use or impact that balance at all. It uses its own separate simulated balance, which you can select here. You can also select the time on the chart, so GMT or New York close. And you can also make some adjustments to things down here, your leverage, lot sizing, and whether it's fixed or variable spread. So once we've got those parameters sorted, what I will do is just adjust this to the start of 2007, just so we can see the economic calendar in play. Okay, we'll go from there. Alright, and we'll start simulation. Okay, now it brings up the little control box here. Now, I'll pop that down in the corner. Now, what we can do from here is we can go to charts. If we wish to open up a new chart, that opens this window here. So here is where we can select what sort of chart we want, whether we want a standard chart. The simulator also offers a seconds chart if you wish to trade time frames less than 1 minute, range charts, Renko charts, or tick charts. So we'll create a standard chart. We can also select our time frame. So if we select a 1 hourly chart and click Add. Okay, so there's the chart loaded there. We can select Open. And there we have it. Okay, good thing about this as well is you can also have saved templates that you can load up. So if you want the chart to look a certain way or with certain indicators, then you can indeed do that just like you would normally within the MT4 platform. So if I go template and standard, it brings it up exactly how I've saved the standard template. And something else to note as well while we're on charts is if I just go back to the charts window, we can also select our own time frame. So if we have a time frame that we wish to trade, for example, if we want to trade the 10-minute time frame, we can customize that by selecting custom time frame in minutes, and then we can simply select which time frame we want to trade with this box here. So if I wanted to trade the 10-minute chart on euro dollar, then I would select that and then click Add. It loads the chart and then I open. Bring up the standard template, and that is the 10-minute chart for the euro dollar. Now I can also look at both of those charts simultaneously. This one here, this chart here, it needs to remain open in order for the simulator to work. However, we don't actually need to have it loaded. So what we can do there is just get rid of that, bring those up, and now I have a 10-minute chart and also a 1 hourly chart which will move simultaneously to each other. So if I progress the 1 hourly chart, the 10-minute chart will move with it. Okay, so once our charts are up and running, we have some options down here relating to risk management. So we've got fixed lots, percentage risk or dollar risk. So if we go percentage risk, which defaults to 1%, we can then manually input where we would like our stop loss to be and our take profit levels. So for example, if I was to place a market order on the 10-minute chart and I was going to place a buy order. And I want my stop loss there, entry there, so I would measure from that point current market value 9 pips below current market value, and a take profit of 20 pips and select buy. Now from that point there are a couple of options to advance the chart. I can either select ticks per second or real time, and I can speed that up or slow it down as I like. Now in order to use this option to advance the chart, I just need to press the play button, and then the chart will move as I have it set here. So if I wish to speed it up, you can see that the chart actually speeds up, or slow it down. Now if I didn't want to do it that way and I wanted to advance it at my own pace, I can pause it there, and I can simply select next bar. As you can see there, if I want to advance it at the pace of a particular chart, so if I wanted to advance it at one 10-minute candle at a time, I would simply use these arrows in this box up the top here, and that gives me one 10-minute candle at a time. I could also change the position of this control box here by selecting that so that it's not in the way of price there. So I can advance the chart one bar at a time, or if I would like to similarly advance it 1 hour at a time, and then you can see that it adds 6 10-minute candles for every 1 hour advance there. The other way you can control that is by this drop down box here, by selecting which chart you wish to advance. Okay, so if for example I wanted to close that particular trade, I'd simply go close all. Now from there what we can do is I'll place a pending order just so you can see how that all works. Here we can select pending orders there. Now if I wish to place a buy stop at a particular level, say for example if I wanted to place a buy stop when price breached this level here, so that level represents around 16 pips, so we'll give it 16 pips, a 16 pip buy stop, and that has placed a 9 pip stop loss and also a 20 pip take profit. So if I scroll down here, we could see that the take profit has been placed there also. Now a cool little thing with this simulator is that what I can actually get it to do is, if the simulator is running for example on ticks per second or real time, I can actually get it to pause when a particular action occurs. So for example, if my pending order here is triggered, or if price reaches a particular level, or if a stop loss or a take profit has been hit. So what I can do is, if we just set that at a speed and press play, now what I can get it to do is execution of pending order. Now this simulator now should pause when this pending order is triggered. So if we just speed it up, hopefully we'll get this order to be triggered, and we'll see. What's going to happen here? Okay, so you can see there the entry's been triggered and the simulation has paused. So that's a pretty cool little feature if you're wanting to be alerted when something actually takes place. Now from there, if there are any adjustments that I want to make to the trade, there are a couple of different ways I can do it. One way is to bring up the trades window, and as you can see, that shows the trade that I'm currently in. Now if I wish to make any modifications to it, I can simply go to modify, and then it brings up the take profit and also the stop loss. So for example, if I wanted to move my stop loss to below this low here, and perhaps move my take profit up to this point here, I can do that, and then all I need to do is simply go accept. Okay, so the trade's been modified. Alternatively, if I wish to set the levels visually, what I can do is come down here to visual mode, and as you can see, the manual levels have been grayed out. From there, if I was to select a sell position, it actually gives me the levels to place on the chart manually. So if I was to place that level there, and my take profit level down here, and go accept, and as you can see, the trade has been placed. Now from there, if you want to set a trailing stop, you can do that via this button down here, or indeed move your stop to break even once the trade has moved a certain distance into profit. You can do that as well. There's also an account button, which basically just gives you an overview of where your account's at, and you can also save your simulation as well and export to an MT4 report, bearing in mind that on the free demo version you're unable to save any of your simulations. It's only a paid version feature. Now, one thing I really like about this simulator is the level of data that it gives you access to. Now, from within the trade window, you can access your trading history. You can also access all your closed trades, your statistics in terms of things like your profit factor, your drawdown, and your average loss, average win. Much of the same data that you would have access to on a standard detailed statement within your MetaTrader platform. It also gives you an equity curve graph as well. And all of this data can be exported to an Excel spreadsheet via that button there. Now, the last thing I just wanted to go through was the economic calendar that we downloaded earlier. And that can be accessed from the news button here. And this particular calendar gets its feed from Forex Factory. And as you can see, we can filter out what events we wish to display. So, for example, if we only wanted to display high impact events, we can also filter out what currency they affect. So if we only wanted to display high impact events that related to the Great British Pound, we could select Great British Pound, and there we would have all of the high impact events relating to the Great British Pound. And here we can see to next event, 5 days, 18 hours and 29 minutes from the current chart. So if we just display all again, what we could do is we can also use this button here on each of the charts, and it will actually display a line on the chart relating to the next events coming up via the economic calendar, which is a really handy feature if you're wanting to potentially avoid entering trades around high impact news events. And I find the ability to do that very handy. I have used a number of other simulators and tried to do it manually, and it can often be a little bit disjointed. So having the ability to actually display the announcements on the chart makes it a hell of a lot easier. So all in all, my thoughts on Soft4FX Forex Simulator is it's an extremely simple and yet very, very powerful tool. Like I say, if you're not using a trading simulator and you're trading manually, you are putting yourself at a massive disadvantage. And this particular one is an excellent tool to be using to not only build on your technical analysis skill set, but it's a far more efficient use of time than testing your ideas on a live demo account. So once again, all in all, very, very impressed with what the developers Soft4FX have done to be able to extract this much power out of such a simple tool, and something that can be incorporated into the MetaTrader platform. Something else I forgot to mention with this as well is you can also use your custom indicators. So any custom indicators that you would normally use, I would obviously recommend testing them on the free version first to ensure that they are going to work. But most of them should. So, and obviously all of the indicators that are standard to the MetaTrader platform will work as well. So, That's just about it for this video, guys. I hope you found this introduction into the Soft4FX Forex Simulator helpful. If you've enjoyed the video, please ensure to give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with any future videos as well. So that's just about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.